All right, y'all. We are live on this slightly overcast Sunday morning. May God bless each and every one of you in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, Be'ivrit. Now, we have a lot of things to talk about today, some very important things. Bitcoin is currently dumping down. I'm going to talk about why this is happening. I'm going to talk about my targets. I'm going to be talking about the trade that I am currently in, as well as potential other entries and things we should be keeping our eyes out for. Make sure to like the video as usual. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. If we can get this video to 1,000 likes, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoins. And here's the thing, guys. Who knows how much that 0.025 Bitcoin will be worth by the end of this stream? It's a big mystery. It's a big mystery. So tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your husband, tell your best friend from high school that you haven't talked to in 12 years to come watch and like this video so we can get a Bitcoin giveaway. All right, y'all, we are officially live. So let's get right into the Bitcoin chart here, guys. So as you can see, we have dumped down quite significantly. And why? Why have we dumped down? Well, in my opinion, it's because we have officially lost. We have officially lost the very important support of around 35,000 United States dollars. Now, why is that such a significant support level? Well, that is such a significant support because there's so much confluence there. There's so much confluence right there at the $35,000 level, give or take. First of all, if we go to a daily time frame and we refresh the old screen, okay, we can see that that $35,000 level is in fact the value area low of the range that we've been trading since pretty much, I would say the 19th of May. And usually if we're trading in a range and then we fall below that value area low, we have a significant move to the downside. A significant move to the downside. We also have seen that this important level of $35,000 is the Fibonacci golden ratio. Okay, if we take out our fib, which I am wont to do, and we pull it from the swing low of this move here to the swing high, well, we can see that this is the 618 to 0.65 region. And not only that, but it's also a weekly level of support. If we go to the weekly time frame and we zoom in, right, because I have to zoom in here in order to see, we can see that this is a weekly level of support as well. We have the candle body closing right here and the candle body opening right here. So we fell through a very massive support. And when we do that, it's obviously very likely that we're going to come down to a certain point. And I was expecting this to happen last night in the Discord. I posted a number of things I was looking at, talking about, you know, potential shorts, potential longs. And the first potential short trade entry that I have here is the loss in the retest of the value area low of around 34,900. Of course, that happened. I am currently in a short position from, I guess, around the loss of this week, so right around 34.3-ish. I currently don't have that Bybit account open on my computer, but it is really nice to be able to trade level to level, especially if we're in a sideways market. It's good to be able to trade level to level and use Market Cipher for confluence. So if we take a look at the hourly and we look at what was happening as we are coming down to this level, we can see that we're printing the red dot on the 1 hour. We come to the 4 hour, and literally as we're losing that level, we're printing the red dot on the 4 hour. And you know, if you're a follower of this channel, you know I do use Market Cipher. And one of the main ways that I can tell that we're not actually going to get a bounce off of a support, but that we're going to fall through the support, is if the 4 hour on the Bitcoin chart is printing a red dot while we're coming down to that support. Okay, while we're coming down to that support. In fact, I think you can use this when we're bouncing off of a moving average. You can use this as we're coming down to a support. If price is coming down to a support and you go onto the 4 hour chart and Market Cipher B is giving you a red dot, okay, it doesn't have to be confirmed, literally printing as the candle is coming to that support, you can pretty much, I'd say, well, obviously, I cannot actually give you a real percentage. I'd have to go back and back test it for real. But just superficially back testing this, we can see that when we're getting that red diddly doot on the 4 hour time frame, we do lose that support. We lose that support. And the opposite is usually true, okay? When we are coming to a support and the 4 hour time frame is looking like it's going to start giving us a green dot right here, then we know we're going to get the bounce off of the support. But it's very important when we're using Market Cipher in a sideways market to never just look at Market Cipher alone. You need to also have your levels marked out on the chart. You need to have the levels marked out on the chart. And you have to know where the significant levels are. Like, for example, this $35,000 level, you know, I took a long here, and it was actually a really nice long. It was a nice long, up about, you know, 4.5%. And this is a long that I was waiting for. In fact, Friday on the stream, on the live stream, we were waiting for this to happen. There were two longs, actually, that I did take. I took two longs, and these were the two longs I was waiting for. Okay, one long when we came above this daily level. Let's take a look on a bigger screen. I was looking to enter one long right about here, about 35.5K, and another long right down here at about 35K, give or take. And yeah, so that was the plan, and then the plans got executed. The first trade from that daily level did really well. And then that second trade, we got the chicken drinking water confirmation. We hit, well, two take profits, didn't get to that final point of control. It was a weekend low volume, but even still, that's a very good trade, a very good long to take. And so now, here we are. In fact, I have a video of myself in a southern accent talking about how I'm looking for that trade. Yeah, I like using southern accents when I talk about what trades I'm looking for. Now are these right here. Okay, so we've got the 35K, and then we've got the 37K, and so we need to use some tools to determine, all right, where can price possibly get a bounce? Well, if we take our good old fib retracement tool and we pull it from the swing low here to the swing high up here, well, we see something quite interesting. We do see something quite interesting, and that is that we are actually getting our golden ratio, right, the 618 fib level, right around the low of this range. So to me, that is giving me a lot of confidence that around this, 35K area, we might get some kind of a bounce. We might get some kind of a bounce there. And so it's a level that I'm keeping my eye on for now. It's a level that I'm keeping my eye on for now. And in case that does happen, right, in case it happens tonight or tomorrow, I do want to have a document myself talking about this in the southern axis. So I'm going to take out my fib, and I'm going to pull it from the swing low down here to the swing high up here, right? And, well, would you take a look at that? Well, what do you know? We got some confluence down here where we got the low of the range with confluence with the golden ratio on the Fibonacci extension, all right? So it's very possible we might get a bounce off of one of them areas. Now, it's important to keep in mind, too, y'all, that when we're looking...
All right, y'all get it. Y'all get it. Enough. Yeah, so now, what are we waiting for now? Because, you know, we took some good shorts. We took a good short. The short from up here, right? When we lost the point of control. We lost the point of control of the range. We came down below, retest, short, down, hit our take profits there. Then we longed the bounces off of our supports. So now the goal is, where are we going to find our next support to bounce from? And actually, I think this brings up a good point, which is, you know, well, first of all, if you want to know how to do this, and you want to know how to mark your levels, a clear step-by-step process, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader. We go through all the TA you need to know. You can check out all the testimonials. We go through how to mark your levels, how to use volume, how to use Fibonacci, how to have accurate support and resistance levels, how to know if we're going to get a bounce off a level and if we're not. We go through Market Cipher. We go through trading strategies you can use in sideways markets, bull markets, bear markets, mindset, risk management, all the good stuff, guys, all the good stuff. Check it out. There's a discount code in the description of this video. So now what I want to do is I want to take a look and see where could we potentially now find some kind of a bounce, okay? Because we've lost the range. In fact, if I clean up this chart a little bit, I'm just going to do some quick technical analysis here. We're going to turn off those long positions because they're totally irrelevant now. Okay, let's remove that. Let's remove some of these other horizontal lines here. No, we'll keep that one. Yeah, it's a little slop. Sunday is the day that I redo all my technical analysis. So later on tonight, I am going to be redoing this chart here. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. I think this is very significant. So, okay. We will put a horizontal line right here and do... So we had been trading, as you can see here, within, ever since we lost the $42,000 level, which is a very significant level. Why is $42,000 so significant? It's because if we go back to the month of January, we can see that we were consolidating in this same exact range for about a month, right? From the 31st of December, give or take. No, actually, not even that. From the 1st of January all the way, we finally broke out of it on the 8th of February when Elon Musk pulled out his Twitter phone and sent us on up to the stratosphere where we were trading for a while. And then when we came back down from SpaceX, landed the rocket right back down onto the launch pad right here, okay? Now we're trading back in that same old January range. And so we can see that, you know, until we either come above 42K or come below about 30K, we're just going to be ranging sideways in here. And within this range, we can use volume to find other significant areas. Okay, we can use volume to find other significant areas in this range. And the way you are going to do that is you are going to come to indicators. You're going to use an indicator called the fixed range, right here, fixed range. And you can pull this thing, okay? You're going to click a candle, you're going to pull it to the current point, and what this does, okay, is you're going to see some stuff on the screen. You're going to see some candles, okay, some candles right here. These are volume candles, in fact. Let me close my eyes for a second just so we can take a look at these volume candles. You can see some are highlighted, some are not. what this is doing is this is giving us kind of a range within the range that we drew with our eye just by looking at the high and the low from January. This is showing us volume. Now, most of the volume was traded right here at 36,973. That's called the point of control. And then we have right here the boundary between where the candles are highlighted and not highlighted. That's called the value area high, which is acting as a resistance if we are trading inside this area right here, okay? The value area high will be acting as our resistance. The point of control will be acting as a support, or if we're below the point of control, it will be acting as resistance. And then the value area low of the range will be acting as support. And so this gives us a more significant area within the overall general range here that, let's see. And so if we lose this, right, if we lose this, then it's very possible we come back down to, lower levels, right? Because this was our previous support. And so, because we've lost that now, which is significant, my general targets are going to be down in this area, down in these lows here, where I will be looking for a bounce. Of course, there's other supports on the way down that we should be keeping our eyes on for a bounce. There's absolutely other supports. In fact, if we turn back on our candles here, right, we can use many different things to kind of find where could we potentially get a bounce. Well, it is very clear if we just use our eyes that where we're at right now at 33.3, okay, 33.3, this is a significant level of support right here. 33.3 is a very significant level of support. You can see we are getting a reaction right off that. Why is 33.3 a significant level of support? Well, we're just using our eyes here. Look, we wicked down to it once. It was our support twice. Then on the daily time frame, although we come lower than that on the daily candles, we cannot close the candle body below that 33.3 level. Okay, so it's important to now look for a potential long entry from here. And then again, I would say if we come down to 32.4, give or take, right, we do see a wick down to there as well. And we're just looking for areas where price historically has found a resting point, right? Because these are areas where there was a lot of volume coming in, a lot of buying volume. And so potentially people are looking to fill large buy orders down at some of these levels. And so this is one of the ways we're going to kind of get potential bounces, right? And then we can use Fibonacci, good old Fibonacci. Now again, I pulled out my old Fibonacci, and you pull it from the swing low to the swing high, okay? Because Bitcoin is a bit of a swinger, from the swing low to the swing high. And what do you know? What do you know, guys? Let me make sure I really got that real swing low, yeah, and that real swing high. It's a little bit stressful. Okay. You can see we have some confluence, right? Some confluence where we've got a level of support kind of in conjunction with a Fibonacci level. So yeah, this would definitely be a place where we look to either take a long position or take profit if we're currently in a short position. Okay? Currently I'm in a short position and I have just taken some profit here because it is a Sunday, right? It's a Sunday, and the volume is usually weird on a Sunday where if you're trading on a weekend, I like to lock it in early. Right? It's like, well, never mind. I'm not going to make that analogy. I am not going to make that analogy. So, this is generally what we're going to look for. And then how are we going to know? How are we going to know if price is going to bounce or if price is going to come lower? Because once you have your market structure marked out on your chart, right? So right now, I just got some support and some resistance levels marked out in the chart, okay? And it's like, how are we going to know? How are we going to know if we're going to lose a support or if we're going to get a bounce? Well, I have a whole process on that. In fact, check out my video, how to trade with Market Cipher in sideways markets. Very important, because if you're using Market Cipher, it's a great tool to use. It's an all-encompassing indicator. But if we are ranging sideways, you really have to know some technical analysis, because it's not like we're in a trending market. We're in an uptrend. You can use an algorithmic strategy with Market Cipher, where you can do like the 4-hour, 24-minute, the 50-minute, 5-minute, the 60-minute, 6-minute strategies, right? If we're in a downward trend, you can do the same thing, just in reverse. And but now in a sideways market, we need to have some kind of market structure marked out when we're using Market Cipher. So I have a whole strategy for that. In fact, it's right here. Trading with Market Cipher. I should do a parenthesis in a sideways market. End of parenthesis. Okay. Yes, there's ways to know. There's ways to know. I think what's very significant about the fact that we're losing the value area low right now is that really our next real low is right around, I would say, between 30 and 31K, right down here. And so if I was looking for a real biz ounce, right, I don't know. If I was looking for a real bounce, right, ideally I would want it to be from these lows here, right? And I would want to see the chickens drinking water. The chickens drinking water is one of the ways I like to enter trades. If you're familiar with the channel, you know what I mean by chickens drinking water. We're looking for something like this. Let's take a look. Where the chickens got real thirsty the other night. They got so thirsty right here. Those chickens got real thirsty. In fact, we can see them drinking if we go to the 12-minute time frame. Go to the 12-minute time frame. This is actually how I entered that long. Off that, I entered the long trade. Yeah, this trade right here, where we caught that bounce off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bitcoin is at a key level to look for a long position. Just got the alert. Okay, just got the alert. That bounce right there, we were able to enter because we saw the chickens drinking water. Where did that happen? Where did they get so thirsty? You know what? I cannot find. Oh, this is where they got thirsty. This is where the chickens got thirsty, right here. On the 12-minute time frame, right, when we came down to the value area low, and you see something like this, where we get this massive bouncy wick right here, that's where the chickens are drinking the water. Let me see what's happening right now with Bitcoin. So, I got my alert. I got my alert that price is coming to a level. Price is coming to a level. Okay, so what we can do right now is we can go through our process of confirmations to see if we can actually even enter a long right here. So step number one, I got my alert, so I should answer the question. Number one, is price coming to my level? The answer is yes, price is coming to my level. We're actually at the level right now, as you can see. Then we go to step number two. Step number two is, on the higher time frames, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, what direction is price looking to go? Well, we go to the 4-hour. What do we see? We see we printed a red dot about 4 hours ago. Okay, so price is kind of coming down. We go to the 2-hour. What do we see? Well, on the 2-hour, we can kind of see that the VWAP is looking a little bit like it wants to point up. Okay, so potentially now we're forming a bottom on the 2-hour. Okay, now let's go to the 1-hour. Let's go to the 1-hour and see what we can see on the 1-hour. 1-hour, man, VWAP is really looking like it's about to print a bottom. Looks like we're going to print a bottom. In fact, not only are we going to print a bottom, but do we have any kind of, potential slight bullish diversion on the 1-hour, right, where price is coming down big time and momentum is maybe slightly coming up, unconfirmed still. So we've gone through step number one. Is price coming to a level? We answer our multiple choice question. A, yes. Step number two, the higher time frames. What direction is price looking like it wants to go? It's a little indecisive, but I'd say it's leaning more toward up. Okay, now we go to the lower time frames, where we're going to look for our divergences in momentum, our divergences in money flow. We're going to ask the question, do I see them thangs? Okay, if we see them thangs, that's how we know we're actually going to potentially get a long entry. So I start with the 24-minute. I come down. Do I see any kind of divergence as price is getting lower and momentum is coming higher? Not really. I don't really see that. Okay. We come down to the 12-minute. What do we see? Do we see any kind of bullish divergence here? I mean, I honestly see, I don't see that. Did my voice just crack? I don't see that here. No, I don't really see a bullish divergence down here. My good friend who also drinks whiskey and smokes cigars because we're so manly and we don't shave our chest hairs. I don't really see that. Potentially, I could see one forming, right? Potentially, if we print the red dot here and then print another green dot right here, that would give us a bullish divergence, right? If price continues to come down. But I don't really see that. So this is not really giving me any kind of clear, bounce looking type thing right now. Then we go to the 6-minute. What do we see? Well, on the 6-minute, potentially now we do see a divergence forming here. We do see the divergence forming. And then on the 3-minute, what do we see? Well, absolutely we do on the 3-minute. We do see some kind of bullish divergence forming now on the 3-minute, okay? So you could say potentially, yeah, let's look for the long entry here. So that brings us to step 4 of looking for a long entry. How are we going to look? Well, what we want to see is we want to see a clear reaction off the level, right? We want to see a clear reaction in which we see price coming to our level like it is, okay? And then we see, some kind of buy up, okay? Some kind of like bullish candle, some kind of bounce. Like my favorite thing to do is to see us lose the level and then get a very fast buy back up. Very fast buy back up. Similar to what we saw, I call it the chickens are drinking the water. And so, let's go to the 1-minute actually. Yeah, on the 1-minute, we see the divergences coming in as well. We see them coming in as well. If I wasn't already short, I would be entertaining a long right here. And the way you'd enter is you would. Now, look, I do not recommend longing this right now. Honestly, guys, here's why. I would really want to see divergences forming. I would want to see them forming on the higher time frames, right? When we're dumping like this, I would really want to see them not only forming on these higher time frames, like here. Let's go back to show you what things were looking like as we came to our these bounces right here. We could even see as we're coming along here on the 24-minute time frame, we can see that even though price is getting lower, even though it hasn't confirmed, as we're coming down to that support, we do see that the divergences are forming. Right now, I don't see the divergence forming on the higher time frame. It would make me a little bit wary, just being honest with you. I want to get as many confirmations as possible. And if we go to the 12-minute, we're currently printing the red dot right now. The 6-minute, we do have the bullish divergence right here. But to be totally honest with you guys, I would not enter this long right here because mostly this reaction right now is not strong enough for me to enter. The level is not significant enough for me to enter. I'm treating this as a take profit level on my short. Ideally, what we would want to see is, well, we want to see the loss of the level and then coming back up above that level, or we want to see a very quick buy up where we wick down and then come back up very quick at a level. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this, guys. I'm not really feeling this. But that's the process that we're going to go through to find the trades. That's the process that we went through to get these two bounces right here that we took in the old Discord Rooney. And this one especially. This one was pretty much a perfect entry. Although it was rough in the beginning, it was still a perfect entry. And there's two ways that you can really trade. So the first way is we're looking for reversals. We're looking for bounces or rejections off support or resistance. The second is, what if price is already heading down? What if price is already heading down and you want to enter into a short, right? So a good example of that is this. Price was already in a downtrend. But I entered short here. Why? Why did I enter short here? Let's talk about that, because a lot of times, especially if we're in a downtrend or an uptrend, people feel like they're always missing the train. The train's just going right by. Choo-choo. chugga, 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 chugga. Choo choo. Somebody called me Crypto Face's friendlier brother. That's so funny. Crypto Yatched says massive head and shoulders. Yeah, so how do we enter in a short? Well, what we're going to do, if we're in a downtrend or an uptrend and you want to enter in the trend, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wait for price to come to one of our levels, okay, a significant level. We're going to wait for price to come below the level, and then we're going to look for price to come back up and try and regain that level. And when we see the rejection, that's when we look to enter the short. So shorting from the point of control around 36.8K, you know, the way that worked was, and wow, look at this, guys. We are actually absolutely getting a bounce right now from this level. You know, maybe I should have entered, but no, I'm okay. So the point of control, when we saw we were coming down, so right here, we had the loss of the level. In fact, I had a different level marked on my chart in that picture. How did I? 36.8. You know why? It was a different level because I had my fixed range pulled from two different price points. So it was more of around here. But you can see when we lose the level, we come back up and we try and come back above it and we get rejected. And not only do we get rejected from it, but we're also going to start printing lower highs. So that's where you know to enter the short. We come to the 4-hour time frame, and let's go back to where that actually happened on the 4-hour time frame. Wait, what's going on right now? I'm totally in a different world. Totally in a different world. So we come to the 4-hour time frame. As we're losing that, we're not printing the red dot, right? So there's not a clear confirmation on the 4-hour. If we come to the 1 hour, we can see that as we're losing it, we are printing the red dot as we're coming down to it. You know, that to me is very significant. Although we do see the bullish divergence on the 1 hour, when we come to the 24-minute and we take a look at what happened as we lost that POC, where was it? There was a very clear downward direction on Market Cipher as we're losing that. Yeah, like right here on the 6-minute, we see a very clear downward direction as we're coming down to that level. So that's how you'd catch a trend trade, especially in a sideways market here, So let's take a look at our missed opportunity here. Our missed opportunity. Now we do see a confirmed bullish divergence on the 6-minute time frame. Okay, we do see a confirmed bullish divergence right here on the 6-minute time frame. And so this means now that, yeah, you know, makes sense why we're getting a reaction right here. Makes sense why we're getting the reaction here. So congratulations to anybody who took that long. I'm gonna drop into the chat now. Oh yeah, and also guys, if you do want to learn this stuff, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. Discount in the description of the video. Also, if you don't have Market Cipher yet, discount in the description of the video. Also, if you need to create another Bybit account, you can use my affiliate link. If you want to support the channel, you get all the same stuff that every other YouTuber can give away. Every single YouTuber on Bybit gives away the same thing, the $1,600, the interest. It's just run-of-the-mill stuff. It's nothing that's Pacific to me, guys. It's not Pacific to me. It's Atlantic. It's Atlantic. And yeah, guys, if we can get this video up to 1,000 likes, I'm going to do the Bitcoin giveaway. Evo wants to know what is VAL and VAH. I do go over it in the course. Check it out. It's just volume stuff. I also went over it in the beginning of this stream for free, so check that out. Karan lost all his money because he put 100% of his account into every trade. I'm sorry, man. You shouldn't do that. You should always use good risk management. Good risk management. Corey Joe. Yeah. So really the levels. The levels I have, well, I have many more levels, and I'm going to be sharing in the VIP Discord. But we do have levels that we're looking for as we come down. Some very clear levels that I'll be posting later. And also, if anybody wants to access this Discord, you can do that by becoming a Patreon, patreon.com/Jason Casper, where I do post daily technical analysis updates as well as potential trade setups and things of that nature. Okay, so check it out if you're interested, and if you're not, then ain't no thing. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swang. All right. So yeah, yep. Let me take a look here. Let's look at the 24-minute and see what we can see. Yeah. I would really like to see a bullish divergence on the 24-minute. We can wait and see what happens. A lot of times what will happen is if we come to a level, we'll get some kind of a retest of that level, which is also a safe way to enter. Because honestly, especially in these ranging markets, you have to make sure you have good entries. You have to make sure that your stop loss is in a good position. Like even if you entered here, right, this would be objectively a good entry because you could risk very little, right? You could risk very little because the way you put your trade would be, you enter when we lose the level, regain the level, and you could put your stop loss below that last swing low right here, which would allow you to risk like 0.5%, give or take. You could only risk 0.5%, and then you could shoot for maybe the retest of the value area low on the 24-minute time frame, or at least the moving average, right? At least this 21 moving average here, maybe shoot for and have a really good 5-to-1 reward risk ratio. So that's objectively a good entry. If you get stopped out, it's not really that big of a deal because you just wait for the next long. Of course, you got to be real careful catching falling knives over and over again. But really, if you have good entries, then your final long will be, will make back all the losses you made on the way down. But that's why it's so important to mark your levels out, y'all. That's why it's so important. And so this is it for now. I mean, in general, these are the areas that I'm looking at, really. I mean, right now, we do have confluence here. That is a fib level, and it's just a level we drew with our eye. And on the way down, these are just eye-drawn supports until we get down to here. This would be such a sweet long from down here. And if we lose this, then it's going to be a fast road down, I think, to 26K. And then if we lose 26K, down to 22, 23. And if we lose that, well, then I think we're going back into the lower than 20K levels. The lower than 20K levels. All right, let me come into the chat, see if we have any questions in here. Okay, somebody whose name is in Greek says, can you explain a bull trap or a bear trap? Yeah, so a bull trap is basically like if... Let me show you. Let me just show an example instead of trying to explain it. But basically, a bull trap or a bear trap is where it looks like there's going to be a breakout, but it turns into a fake out. Looks like there's going to be a breakout, but it turns into a fake out. Or that would be a bull trap. A bear trap is where it looks like there's going to be a breakdown, but it turns into a fake down. Right? It looks like there's going to be a really heavy breakdown, right? Where we open this pit up. Right? Everyone's picking up change and all this, throwing their fists around in circles. It looks like there's about to be a breakdown, but it's a fake down, right? So they do like the pump up for the breakdown, and then it goes into like a poppy chorus instead of a real breakdown. So a good example, I don't see any here. Okay, here's kind of, let's say for example, right here, right? Because we're coming to the value area low, and we get this massive wick down, which looks like, we're breaking down below the support. People who shorted here now get caught in the bear trap, right? Because what happens? Whoop, we come right back up, and it made that noise. I don't know if you guys heard that as we got the bounce, but it did go whoop. And then a bull trap would be like here's a good example, right? Because we have a level of You could say a level of resistance right here, right? And we got rejected once, and then the next time it happens, whoa, look, we're going to outer space. Thank you, Elon Musk. Elon Musk and his Twitter. Oh, just kidding. Come back down. That would be a bull trap. And to avoid falling into bull and bear traps, it's very important that we focus upon longing support and shorting resistance. I know it's strange to talk about that, but I like to long support and short resistance more than I like to long resistance and short support, unless there's some kind of confirmation that we are going lower. And my dad just texted me. He said, "Happy Dad Day, son." I should text him back. Thanks, Pops. Could tell him I love him. I do love my Pops. He's a good guy. He's a real good guy. Shout out to you, Pops. I'm going to tell him I'm shouting him out. Yeah, so those are bull and bear traps. So, you should never long just because we're breaking a resistance, or short just because we're breaking a support. What you should do is you should wait for a retest, right? If we lose the support, look for price to try and come back, and then look for it to print a lower high. And same deal here. Look for it to print a higher low. Okay? Let's see. Alexandros. Thank you for the Father's Day wishes, my friend. So, Dope is so scared. Why are you scared, Dope? Don't be scared. Hey, Jason, can you please talk about the death cross on the daily time frame? I mean, it's there. It's there. What is it, the 50 and the 200? The 50 and the 200? This is my other chart here. Actually, hang on. Let me come back to this chart. Actually, let me get a clean chart, guys. Let me just get a very clean chart, extremely clean, and we'll create a new layout, and we'll call it clean. This will be the name of this layout. Okay, rename clean. And we'll turn on some moving averages, okay? We'll come here and we'll type in MA, okay? Is MA Massachusetts? Is that the state? I don't know. I'm not good at geometry, guys, okay? I'm not good at geometry, right? So we got the 50, and we got the 200. Let's take a look. Oh! Wait, this is the 4 hour. Speechless. I am speechless. It's so funny. I'm sorry. This isn't funny. It's funny in the chat that people caught on to the fact that I said geometry instead of geography. I like to do that. I like to make myself sound ignorant, you know? I like to make myself sound ignorant. You know why? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because I ain't got no respect for education, right? So I shouldn't go down that road. I think a person can educate themselves just fine. I'll leave it at that. So I like to sound ignorant. Because it catches people off guard. They don't know what to think about me. People don't know what to think about. Oh, Jason Casper. They have no idea what to think about me. I'm such a weird guy. So yeah, what do I think about the death cross? Well, it looks kind of bad, right? A lot of people are talking about it. It's happening on a Sunday, which is... did it happen to... Yeah, it's officially happened today on over the weekend. Yes, it's not the best sign in the world, guys. Let's be real. It's not the best sign in the world. I mean, that 200 moving average just in general, the fact that we're below that is definitely a bearish sign, right? It's bearish. If we're going to use moving averages, it's definitely a bearish sign. We go to the weekly, and we take a look here, and we're still above the 50 on the weekly, which is, in my opinion, the last hope here, right? But we do see a lot of confluence here in general, especially on the weekly, right? I mean, like, we got the 50 moving average, We've got the low of this January range. You know, people are even talking about this. You know, we all see it, right? The head and shoulders. Okay, the head and shoulders, which would give us, you know, a target. If we're gonna look at targets here, like a pretty low, right? Pretty low. But if that plays out, you know, from the head to the neckline, you know, who knows, guys? Who knows? That would take us back pre-Corona dump, right? That would take us right back to about the Corona dump. But here's the thing, and this is something that is important. I think it's important. I don't know what's going to happen because of the death cross. I don't know. We can't really use a death cross to predict how low price is going to go, if price is going to go lower. I saw something interesting last night. I was on the YouTubes. In fact, let me see if I can find it now. If I go to youtube.com and click enter, and if I come to, let me see, who was it? It was Altcoin Daily. He posted this thing, or they posted this thing, where they were looking at previous posts, right here, historical death crosses, and in general, the average 7-day price movement after a death cross was up 2.8%. Over a month, it was up 1.8%. Over 90 days after the death cross, the average was up 22%, and 180 days, the average was up 8%. And it's just going through all the death crosses that have happened, right? And what happened subsequently after that. And the median also was, you know, some went down, but it wasn't that significant. So, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but, you know, as traders, and we're not traitors, right? We're not traitors. We're not committing treason against the United States of America and George W. Bush, all right? We ain't doing that, but what we is doing, all right, is we're looking at our levels and we're coming up with a trading plan. And, you know, regardless if price goes up or down, we can still profit off of it, right? We can still profit. That's what's so good about being a trader versus just a hodler, right? If we're hodling Bitcoin and we're like, oh no, I put my whole life savings into Bitcoin, and if it goes down, I lose my whole life savings. You know, I am a hodler, right? I'm losing money right now from my hodl portfolio. That's okay. I don't care because it's long term. I believe Bitcoin will still go up. But we can, you know, if we're doing this to generate some kind of income, it doesn't matter if price is going up or down. What really matters is that we know how to do our technical analysis. And if we're in a market like this where we're trading sideways for a month and a half, we know how to long and short. And if we're in an uptrend, we know how to long. If we're in a downtrend, we know how to short. You know, and then it's all good in the hood. It's all good, baby, you know. Morgan Jenkins wants to know. James loves how the video search history is Arnold Schwarzenegger getting pumped up. You know, I do like Arnold, man. I like Arnold. What does my dad think about the death cross? He doesn't. I don't think he has an opinion about it. I'll have to ask him. I don't know if he has an opinion on that. Let's see. Do I think support will hold at 30K or will we go lower? Says Jacob Rigger. I can't tell if his name is Jocko Brigger or Jacob Rigger. Or maybe it's Jack Obriger. Maybe it's Jack Obriger if we just split it up like that. Do I think, well, I don't know, but I for sure am going to be keeping my eye very closely upon this level here. I do think we're going to have some kind of reaction down here, 100%. Whether it's a significant bounce back up to like 42 and beyond to Elon Musk, SpaceX, I don't really know. You know, I'd say it's definitely a great place to look for longs, right? Because it's at the low. We want to buy low and sell high. Duper wants to know if I like turtles. Yeah. Julio Lopez wants to know, do I think that Monday will be even worse? I really don't know, guys. I'm not a future predictor. I know some traders can do that, right? I don't. So I'm really just looking for levels, looking for reactions off of them to long and short. And if we come down to this 30K level, I will be going through this process that I went through earlier in the stream to see, are we going to get a bounce? Yay or nay? All right. Yay or and so that's really what I'm doing. And if it looks like we're going to keep going down, I'll look for my confirmations on Market Cipher. Like if we're printing a 4-hour red dot as we come down here, or if we come down and we get a retest and then a rejection, that's how you know to short this thing down all the way to 26, or all the way to 23, or all the way to $5. How to survive in the woods says Carl knows. Carl does know. In fact, where is Carl? Oh, Carl. Where are you, Carl? Where's Carl? Here he is. Here he is. Here's Carl. Carl knows. Carl knows everything. In fact, when I'm out there on the tractor, guys, and I'm reading the Bible, and I'm trading on my laptop, not looking at where I'm going, running over small baby trees that I planted because I'm looking at the charts, okay? And I'm shilling Market Cipher, hodling Bitcoin, right? Smiling, right? Smiling. Carl's sitting right there across from me, and he's just telling me, good job, Jay. Good job. Your farming is exactly as I predicted. Exactly, right? And Carl knew. He knew he had two scenarios. He had two scenarios as I was out there in the field on the tractor. He knew it was either going to go well or it was going to go wrong. He gave two different scenarios, and whatever happens, he was right. And, we can be just like Carl. We can be, we can be just like Carl. In fact, that's going to be my new slogan. Be a Carl, guys. Be a Carl. How do you be a Carl? I'll tell you how you be a Carl. You look at your chart. You mark out your levels. And you come up with different scenarios. Like last night, I was looking at the chart. And I came up with potential short and potential long trades. What I'm looking to happen. Right? If one of those things happen, you enter the trade. Right? Because we don't know if it's going to go up or down, but we can look for our confirmations. We can look for our confirmations. Right? We can look for those good old, and they are old, and they are good confirmations. So here we are, getting a bounce. Getting a bounce, we have a momentum wave printing above the zero line here. We did have the bullish divergence play out. Let's see how this comes. Let's see how this goes. Coming and going, coming and going. Personally, I'm still short. I'm still short, right? I'm still short. I've taken some profit out. My SL is at entry. If I get stopped out in profits, that's okay. It's going to be a busy day for me, guys. A very busy family day. Gob Hop wants to know, what do I bench press? My overall max bench press is 330 pounds for a 1-rep max, okay? That's my all-time max horrible form bench press. Okay, for some reason, when it comes to bench pressing, once I get over 300 pounds, it's like I hit a wall. I don't know if it's my leverages, my anthropometry. I don't know. But when it comes to the squat and the deadlift, I feel like I don't really ever hit a wall. I feel like I could just keep doing it. But the bench, I don't know. All right, guys. The Moon just posted on Twitter, Bitcoin is falling, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. And he has a target on his YouTube channel. Well, this is a nice bounce here, guys. This is a nice bounce here, guys. I don't mean to crack my voice. I don't know what's going wrong with me. That's actually a really nice bounce right there, That's a nice bounce. In fact, we very well may come back up to the value area high. And if we do, I would honestly look for a long. If we come back into the range, I'd be looking to long. But yeah, this is actually looking pretty nice now on the 6 minute. Look at the money flow coming in, right? We see the money flow crossing, get the momentum waves coming up higher and higher. Yeah, we'll see what happens. In fact, I'll tell you what my plan is right now. Either I'm going to stay in my short, or I'm going to look for a place to add to a short. Because if we now, after getting this bounce, come back up and get some kind of whoop, then yeah, that's a great place to add to a short if we get a whoop. If we get a whoop, either add to the short or maybe my short would have gotten stopped out there in profit. So anyway, re-enter right there. Wit whoop. Okay, the old wit whoop strategy. All right, I gotta cut the stream kind of soon, guys. Let's check a look. Check a look. The V-shaped recovery would be nice. It does kind of look like a bounce at 33.3. Shout out to Macwell, whose long is up 40%. People want to know how old I am. I'm old. I'm 30. That's old. Carl from the Moon said we will reach 100K by December. It could be. I don't know. Am I tall? What the heck? Yeah, I'm tall. I'm tall. That's why my wingspan is longer than my height, and I'm 6'3", so that could be why I'm not good at benching. But I'm good at pulling. I'm good at deadlifting. I can do weighted chin-ups really well too. I can do weighted chin-ups. In fact, this morning I was doing sets of 5 weighted chin-ups with 150 pounds around my waist, all the way up. Chest to the chin-up bar. Neutral grip. Get those lats, those wings flying. All right. Low Fib is doing good, y'all. People want to know, am I on E? Am I in ecstasy right now? Why am I in such a good mood? Guys, I'm in a good mood because I love life. I love life. I just do. I love life. The Lord has put me in such a good place. He's blessed me in many ways. I have a family. I have a farm. I have a good community of people around me. I am trading. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Todd Thomas's bench press tip: when you try max weight, think of having a stick in your hands that you're trying to snap it in half. Oh, is that to put more tension on the pectorals to give you more of a push? Also, yeah, it's endorphins from the workout, guys. I literally did a weightlifting session before I got on this stream, y'all. I did, yeah. It wasn't that intense, right? I didn't deadlift or squat today because my lower back was feeling a little tight, so I figured, let me do some other stuff. That's how you gotta roll. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut the stream. Thank you so much for being here. May the Lord bless all of you, and receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. This blessing is to place the name of the Creator of heaven and earth upon you. And it goes like, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach, Elohei Israel. In the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you all in the next stream/video. Peace.